Start with Roquan Smith, Ollie. He's demanded a trade. Can you tell me why?
Yes, he wants a new contract. He wants to get a record-breaking deal as an off-ball linebacker, and that's not a premium position, particularly when you're in the kind of rebuild the Bears are in, right? Which is tear everything down to build it back up. And it does get into the sense of positional value, even when you return back to the draft and the players you take, and what are the premium positions, what are the non-premium positions, where's the replaceable players. Even if you take one of those non-premium guys in the first round, something I don't necessarily agree with. I think just find good players and you build a team, and then you've got a really good team. But if you do take one of those non-premium positions and you hit on it, the best thing that can happen is you hit on it, right? You get a all-pro caliber off-ball linebacker. Then you got to go and break the bank in a way where you're giving probably too big a portion of your salary cap to a non-premium or non-star caliber position. So that's where he's at, and it'll be interesting to see what the market's like for him if he's able to engineer a trade. If the Bears cave at some point, he's probably the best player on their team, and so I don't know if they'll let him go. But off-ball linebacker, when you have one of the worst two deeps in the league, isn't exactly at the top of your priority list when you're doling out the money.
But what else have they got to spend it on?
Good point. And you could stagger the contracts, right? This is what we all know about the NFL now. You make it essentially a 2-year fully guaranteed deal, and then you tack some extra years on the back end, and you can always then have the ability to move the money around. I'm not exactly sure what kind of deal he wants. They say market setting or market resetting, which could wind up being anything, right? So he's looking for guaranteed money. Maybe they just want to be, as an organization, a team who doesn't pay that position that kind of money, which is totally understandable. That the cap situation right now is a mess for this year and is supposed to open up next year. It's why the roster's so bad this year. So I get them not wanting to tie themselves into a 3-4 year contract at that specific position, no matter how good the player is. He doesn't really fit their timeline, right? By the time they'd be really good, if they nailed everything, would be 2 or 3 years. And then is Roquan Smith, whose top asset is playing in coverage, still going to be the athlete he is there when he's got 3 years of tread on the tires?
Yeah, highly doubtable. Just quickly, 10 seconds, Ollie. Justin Fields, how are you feeling about him this season?
Concerned for his welfare. Worst offensive line in the league. Horrific receiving core. Didn't make any effort to invest around him when you compare to what's happened even with Trevor Lawrence. You know, the Jags give Christian Kirk that ridiculous contract, but at least they're trying to do something for their young quarterback. And they have a quarterback whose best trait is standing tall in the pocket and throwing the ball deep down the field, and things that take a long time to develop. And you look at everything around him and it screams, we have to get the ball out now, otherwise we're all going to get crushed. So pretty concerned for Justin Fields.
Yeah, and obviously wearing this Packers shirt, it just makes me supremely happy that we continue to exist in a division which really seems to offer no challenge at all.